Usual stuff. And we are live for the, well, I can't see the numbers, but I'm assuming millions and millions of the rocks. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get the, let's see. Oh, barely. It worked though. You don't even have to tighten it because it's maximum. And then it turns like this. Turning. All right, here. Look at this. We got one person in here. Hello, one person. Oh, it's going to be pushed out to all the channels here in a minute. There's two people. Let's see. Open. You got to turn it more this though. Oh, I see. Oh, what?
I'm not gonna be on it. That's all right.
No, I know you could be if you want
No,
to.
that's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't even thinking. I was just.
I'll be the tech guy.
You can be the tech guy. All right, I'll turn the camera towards you though, occasionally. But we're trying to. What I wasn't hoping you would do. By the way, we're live right now. Hi everybody. As we're trying to figure out how to get things going. No, if you want to pull up the page and like be reading stuff out.
Yeah. So
you'll be participating off cam. Let's see. I think I don't know what's best. I guess actually hold on a minute. The Stokely Chronicles has now begun. The Stokely Chronicles. Actually, maybe you should be on this because of the fact that we're talking about what the vlog's going to be called.
I mean, it's up to you.
Hello, Michelle Wade. I'll tell you what. Let's start with just figuring this out, and then if people are like, "We want to see your cameraman," then I'll get my feelings hurt. No, just kidding. 25 people on. Have any of you seen our what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Your feelings are hurt? Don't tell me that. I'm old, and so I'm part of the generation where if your feelings get hurt, then I'll start making fun of you.
Oh no.
This is 70s style. There's no. Hey, what? Teo Posey, what's up? Jason Scott, stoked to throw. John Mood, Redding. Okay, now we got 30 people in here. Albert Richardson, am I still brainstorming names? Yeah, I mean we're gonna go through names. We'll chill out and chat for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll start chatting about it, and I'll kind of talk about why we're kind of considering why we need a name. But yeah, so Michelle said the blog. You guys have seen the first two blog episodes. I hope everybody likes it. Here, I'll show you the cameraman. This is the cameraman that's filming it. You all seen it if you've seen the blogs.
Yep.
If not, go to my YouTube channel. Grown Up Disc Golf. Wow, Grown Up Disc Golf. That's really good. Oh my God. I kind of have my idea of what I like. Let's see. Jason Scott, love the clinic in San Luis Clarita and throwing so much better. I'm so happy you're throwing so much better because you paid for it. You ought to get what you paid for. Let's see. Oh, let me scoot forward. Disc Golf Life or Disc Golf is Life or Disc Golf Life. Hey, you know what I did? I got a notepad. We're going to go through names. Disc Golf Life is pretty good though, right?
That's interesting.
Disc Golf Life. Yeah. I gotta come back to the Tri-Cities. Disc Golf Life. Daily T or Daily T. Or play on Daily T.
That's clever.
That's clever. So let's do this. Can you keep like physical notes as we go?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. Well, actually, hold on. Let's wait. Everybody hold off on posting stuff, and then we can't have everybody post at once either. Disc Monkeys present. We will wait. We're gonna wait about 10, 15 minutes to kind of get started because this gets pushed out. Everybody gets alerts and they join in. So until then. So not talking about disc names. Does anybody have any questions about anything related to what's going on with the documentary, the tour, relationships, career? I'm great at giving bad advice about relationships and career. I talked this guy right here. I talked him into quitting his job and traveling around the U.S. for the next 8 months.
It's a pretty good job too.
Yeah, this is a better job. So, anyways, have I forgiven them? Have I? No, I'll never forgive them.
Still in the doghouse.
No, I'm never doing that again. That was horrible. Yeah, you guys, what's up, John? Hello, Deadpool here saying hello to my favorite Oregonian. I should never say favorite Oregonian because I'm kind of good friends with Dallas and his family and kind of cool. So let's say I can't ever say favorite anything anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can. Like my girlfriend's my favorite person. I like her more than all of you put together. But other than that, is my tour schedule published anywhere? It will be shortly because that's part of the announcements that are coming in the next week. Got huge announcements. I can kind of tease them a little bit, but there's some big stuff. This is going to be the biggest year of my life by far. Thank you. Yeah, I love Huntington Beach. But see, if my schedule's not posted. I mean, I've entered 11 or 12 tournaments already. I mean, I know what the next 8 months going to look like, but I haven't posted yet because there's some exciting news happening. Did we create a logo yet for the vlog? We have
I think name comes before logo, I would say.
Yeah, we should do that. Do the logo first and the name.
Maybe it'll be like
Jets make it. Mike Randolph says, what goes farther, an X-Clone or a Cyclone? Well, let me think back 30 years. The answer is a Cyclone flies farther for 98% of people out there that don't have the arm to get the X-Clone turned over enough. Thank you, Robert West. Scotty doesn't know. That's a good name for the vlog. Scotty. Yeah. Scott, instead of like Father's knows best, Scotty doesn't know. Don't tell Scotty. So let's see. But I think X-Clone flies farther if you have the arm. I saw someone put behind the chains on your post. I like that. Maybe just add behind the chains with Scott Stokely.
I did like that. I did see that one and I did like it. I like the whole concept behind it. About how it's like there's the tour and then there's everything behind the tour.
You're going to write that down, but we're going to talk about these. They're going to bounce these around a little bit.
But I do remember that one and I liked it.
Behind the chains is good because it has a lot of extra meanings. There's a lot of double entendres there that I won't go into on my PG channel. But I know I got some people out there that will like it. Behind the chains. Behind the chains, go ahead and write down what was the other one? It's not a good sign. No, grown up. I think it's clever. It's not a good name for the show though, because it's any real play on words like that, people don't search for them. They type it in wrong and stuff.
Right.
But hey, what's up, Amy? The other one though was I can't remember what it was. Remember that one, the first one? It had the word
Tour Life.
Was it just Tour Life?
No, it wasn't Tour Life.
No, not Tour Life. That's been taken. Hey, Benita. Thank you, Benita. Very much appreciate it. Let's see, we can scroll all the way at the beginning. It's like the third one. Hello from Reading. You saw the blog Grown Up Disc Golf. So there's right there. No, Patrick Lamb. Disc Golf is Life or Disc Golf Life. Well, between those two, Disc Golf Life is better than Disc Golf is Life. But go ahead and put that down. Okay, here we go. When do I think sponsors? A great question. We're gonna chat for a few more minutes until we get to the names. When do I think sponsors outside of disc golf get involved? Breweries, hotels, motels, restaurants. Okay, I got a real good answer for that. It has everything to do with numbers. You know, the mainstream sponsors. If you're Downy laundry detergent, what you care about is how many people of the demographic you're going after are seeing your ad for how many seconds. Like that's what it is. And our numbers in those terms aren't that big. Like if you think about, you know, just a mediocre YouTube successful influencer that gets 1 million views per video, they say, hey, I use Downy. I don't do laundry. They whatever, Downy laundry detergent freshener. Then 1 million people see it. And if that 1 million people is their demographic, they are so much more valuable to Downy than disc golf is. Like I hate to say it, but it's just a numbers game. But the thing is that we're approximately a $500 million sport with discs and merchandise and stuff within the sport. So it's not like we don't have an industry that can like self-sustain within the sport for now. Stokely off the chains, through the chains. Let's see, scroll back a little bit. Lodging accommodations. Yeah, so me and Adriana, we've been in hotels for the last 4 years. I mean, almost 4 years now. We've stayed at probably, I think, 3 people's houses in 4 years. It's all hotels. now that we're traveling with a camera person for the next 4 or 5 days, maybe longer if we happen to announce it, it would be, if he is traveling with us, it would be when we're at a location at like at a tournament for a while, we would get like a 2-bedroom Airbnb. But when we're traveling and like day to day, we would just have separate hotel rooms, but it's always hotels. It's expensive, but that's one of our expenses. I think we've been spending like $40,000 to $50,000 a year, $40-something thousand a year on hotels. But it's a business expense. That's what we're doing. It's a job. Hello from Florida. Different strokes with Scott Stokely. I like it. I like big putts. I like big putts, and I cannot lie.
That's pretty good.
Oh my God, that's actually pretty good. But I like little putts. You know what I'm saying? Greg Loper says stoked. Go ahead and write that down. Like the one I'm leaning to at the beginning so far, although I've already liked some of these. I've been reading through all of them too, but I like stoked as a name of the vlog, because it's just I picture it on a shirt. I picture it on a hat. I picture, did you watch Stoked yesterday, or something? It's kind of a, I don't know. It's short and simple. It fits on a disc logo. So I like Stoked, but I'm open to hear different opinions. Tanzania, gonna love it all. I can't wait to go to Africa this winter. Stoked. I guess we're talking about the show names. And by the way, just so y'all know, the reason why we're talking about show names is, and I'm not announcing anything yet, but let's just say hypothetically, had we contracted a film crew to travel with me for 8 months as I do the entire 2024 Pro Tour, had I already signed that paperwork and hired that film crew, hypothetically, we'd be looking for a name. Hypothetically, I'm not saying that because I haven't announced that yet. Hypothetically, but
Subtle.
do you think I fooled them into thinking it's just an idea?
I think that's
Okay. So none of you know that yeah. They're all wondering if it's really happening or not. I'm doing a hell of a lot of work for something that we have that isn't already been decided. But let's see. Tour Life, stoked conveys enthusiasm. Yeah, that's the thing. That's a great double entendre because I'm stoked to do this. Tour Life is taken is in the title. T. Lee says, get hotel and a motel sponsor. I really want to, and we have looked into it, the hotel sponsors. The problem is that there are, whether you're a public speaker or band, corporate, there's so many, anyone that travels for business like that, it's a great sponsorship, but they can't give out sponsorships. And a lot of the hotels are independently owned, even though they're part of the chain. A lot of them, I believe, are franchises. And so they can't be forced to honor, like, say, free rooms to somebody. So let's see. Am I bringing my book tomorrow to Sunset Clinic? I don't have any books with me. Teo, you should work Stoked into it. Yeah, I like the Stoked. Big putts making big putts. Stoked. Thank you, Patty. Great. I like everybody that agrees with me. So, Patty, I like you more than all the other people that disagree with me. It's like my favorite type of people are the people that like me. Isn't that weird how that works? I'm high, and this is Stoked Daily. Stoked Daily's not bad. It works Stoked into it. Power Grip podcast. It's a company in Finland called Power Grip but I don't even throw the Power Grip, that one. The Pinch Grip podcast. Different Stokes for different folks. Stoked plus a disc reference. Stoked senior style. What are you calling it senior? My God, I'm barely 24 years old. Back in 1981. T. Lee again says, stoking the 2024 Pro Tour. Stoking the Pro Tour. God, that sounds like something you do behind the high school before like during lunch.
Yeah.
That reminds me of being in high school, my year and a half in high school. From bowls to birdies. Stroked with Stokes is a way better name for the vlog. Strokes with Stokes. I'll tell you a funny thing about the name Strokes. So everybody thinks, everybody, doesn't matter what your name is. When people will make fun of your name, like when you're in school, they'll find a name that rhymes with it, right? Or some song lyric or something. So I was in the 8th grade when that song. Oh, I'm gonna steal that pen from you. I got it. When I was in high school, there was a song that came out, and this is how the song went. I'm going to attempt to sing for you live on the internet. I believe the song went, "Stroke me, Stokely." Well, at least that's how I heard it. Yeah, that song's "Stroke Me" came out in my 8th grade year. So, brutal. So anyways, we're not putting the name Stroke in. It was so brutal. I was in like the 8th grade. I barely even knew what the word meant. I just knew that by the tone in the 9th grader's voice that it was derogatory. If Stoked was a disc, what would the flight numbers be? The Daily Adventures of Old Wrinkle Disc. I'm not going to use that name, but I like it. Old Wrinkle Disc. Different strokes for minimal strokes. I like that. The 19th Basket, Simply Stroke, Tour Life. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotional content on your channel. Ooh, for the price lower than any competitors. Hold on, this is great. The price lower than any my competitors. Oh no, darn, I don't have time to read it. Bang and Chains, kind of like that. Bang and Chains. That kind of goes with that double entendre. Chains Stokers Spectacular. I like it. People won't remember it, but it's good. I am a legally stoned frisbee player, and I enjoy Scott Stokely's life journey, his live content. It'd be awesome when other world champions stop by the chat as the Miniac is here. Wishing everyone a wonderful Friday from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thank you, sir. The Daily Stokely, Stoked, the Disc Golf Odyssey. Stoked for Stoked. Won't your fans provide a place for, everywhere I go. I mean, I stayed at people's houses for years, Bill. I mean, by years, I mean decades. I just don't want to stay at people's houses, even my friends. I mean, I like having a hotel room and having privacy with my girl. So we have to have our privacy. So even when we're at someone's house, we're like, it's not. Okay, hold. Give me a pen. I'm going to draw you a picture. Oh wait, no, this is rated PG. Never mind. We need our privacy every single night. So. But I appreciate it. Everyone offers, and I'm flattered by it. And for years, I would not have been able to tour. None of us would have been able to tour without staying at people's houses. That was absolutely essential to touring for 40 years. You had to stay at people's houses, or else there would be no tour. On tour with the Disc Golf Nomad. I like that, except Nomad is a disc from a company that's about to be a competitor. I mean, no, I didn't say that. Uh-oh. Does that go off?
It's been doing that.
Chains of Freedom, although Stoked is pretty good. I like Chains of Freedom. It's kind of ironic, Chains of Freedom.
Yeah.
That is very much an ironic name. I kind of like it. Get Stoked. Sorry, too early. Get Stoked. Too early for the joke about my age. Y'all know you're welcome to joke about my age. In fact, here's something I figured out about my age. Check this out. Every single compliment from this point forward ends with parentheses for your age. Right? That's it. From here on out. You throw really far. I mean, for your age. You look really in good shape for your age. You're a hell of a lover for your age. I no longer get a compliment. It's just a compliment. Like, there's no, you're really good at Magic the Gathering. Yeah, so I no longer get compliments or just compliments anymore. Even if you don't say for your age, I hear it every time. Simply Stoked, Tour Life, Simply Stokely Euro Trip, Simply Stoked Australia, Daily Dose of Stokely. Ooh, that's kind of good. The opposite to Billy Squier. I hate Billy Squier. I don't hate Billy Squier. I hate that song. I remember that song. Yeah, not funny. That was not. I would walk into, in 8th grade, I would walk into a classroom and someone would go, "Stroke me, Stokely, stroke, stroke." And I'm like, I didn't do anything to you. Why are you harming me? Let's see. Oh, let's see. Stokely's drop zone, off the fairway, chasing chains outside the basket, off the box, All those are good.
Ooh,
What?
off the box.
Off the box. Thought I was going to say that song. Thought you were going to say that song I was stroking. Billy Squire. Makes perfect sense. Stokely's Basket Blitz. Basket Blitz. Basket Blitz. Disciples. Oh, that's what. Write that down. I need a name for the people that follow me. I think Disciples is good. Some of you don't know this. I got so many big announcements coming up. This one's not going to come up for about 2 more years, but I will be starting a cult. It's kind of one of my dreams before I die, like a bucket list thing. Is someday I'm going to start my own cult. And we're going to get a place up in the mountains, and I'm going to promise peace, love, and prosperity. And taking your pen from you.
Okay.
You have ADHD like me.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna get in the mountains, and I'm gonna promise peace, love, and prosperity. We're gonna farm our own food, and we're gonna homeschool all the children of the cult, and it's gonna look really good for a while, and then eventually I'm gonna lose my mind, and it's gonna end terribly. That's just. I'll announce that one later. But anyways, I'm going to call everybody my disciples, thanks to Dan Dockham. So when things go bad, Dan, if you're still around when the cult goes bad, you can tell everybody you played a small part in it. Crams 4 to 6 people in the van in one hotel room. Yes, that's exactly what we did back then. It was 4 to 6 people in the van. If we're lucky, if we were lucky, we only had 6 people in the. Are you kidding me? In the van, we had 6 people in the. Honda Civic. Stoked to play forever, waiting for the world to change. Change in conversation. Aloha from Hawaii. Sorry, off topic. Aloha back. Knuckles touring with Scott Stokely. Daily Dose of Stokely is good. God, Daily Dose of Stokely. That might creep people out though.
I mean, yeah, you never know.
Just something about that. It's like the punchline that starts with, "What did you have for breakfast?" Gross.
Commercial.
Sorry. It's just after 9 p.m., y'all. Yeah, sorry. I actually gave a trigger warning to the millennials on my next blog or vlog. Just checking to say hi from New Zealand. Thank you. I think the longest drive is the best option. Seen it posted. Can't stay. The longest drive. That's not bad since we're always driving, and I hate to fly. Chain chat. Off the box 2024 with Scott Stokely. I like off the box. I like anything that comes from you, John. I saw you crush your drive on hole 1 at DMC last year. Impressive, regardless of the age. DMC. That was in Des Moines. Oh yeah, I crushed in that shot. Yeah, I remember that. I threw a Calvin Heimberg destroyer over out of bounds for like 500 feet, and then it came in safe, and I got a birdie. Bird cult. I like bird cult. In search of the holy tea. In search of the Monty Python style. I will join your cult. All good. Thank you, Jeremy. Absolutely. You can join my cult. You're going to have to sign over your mortgage and other things. We'll discuss those later. But just don't read the fine print on the contract. That's all I got to say. You're not going to like it. I, on the other hand, will be having a great time. Praise be. Don't make us drink the Kool-Aid. No, it'll be Tang. Base it here in Hardcore Park, New Zealand. This is so great. I mentioned the cult, and now everybody's talking about the cult. Yeah, what?
I think you're far behind.
I am pretty far behind. I'm trying to keep up. I think I'm coming at a strange time. No, Nate, we're finalizing plans for my cult. So you didn't come in at a strange time. You came in at the right time. The wrong time would have been if you had come in an hour later.
You want me to go in that other room?
No, hold on. Take your pen from you. I can't focus. I said, no, see, here's the problem. See, I have ADHD also.
Yeah.
So you're ADHD, I lose focus because of my ADHD.
Fair enough.
So ADHD squared. Write that down. Put it down.
You took my pen.
Oh, that's right. You don't get it. Oh, fuck. I mean, sorry.
You get to write it.
I mean, crumb. ADHD.
Either let me have my pen or ask me to write things down.
So, but I can't have both. There. know what the solution is. I just know that I have ADHD also, so I know you understand.
Yeah.
I think we're coming to Giants time. Will I have Kool-Aid? No, I told you we're gonna have Tang. Greg Hosfeld, Disciples is what I call the team from the church courses I've installed. Ooh, I like the name Disciples. I might have to steal it though. Amy's gonna live on the commune. I'm telling you, my cult is gonna be so great and so much fun for like the first 2 years before it goes bad. So I would just say get out early. 54, touring with a leg and all. Imagine the Google results of some of these names. Streamline, Stroke, I said Stroke Master Tour. Stroke Master Tour. Longest Drive is great. Chainbrain, what's up, Mr. Vendrelli? Stokely's Tour Takes. I will interview again when you have your cult. No, you won't. You don't get to the cult leader unless you join the cult, which involves signing over your mortgage and the fine print. Trust me, I don't recommend this for anybody. You're actually welcome, Disc Golfer. I'll forgive every one of your cult members and one of your disciples. Yes. Stokely Disc Golf Cult Chains of Dedication. Oh, there'll be chains. I'll join and be in charge of the animals. No, it's my cult. There's not going to be any animals except on our plates. Then I just lost 4% of the people.
Yeah.
There'll be vegan options at my cult. But you won't be able to sit with us at the meat table. The cult of discanality. Disc golf is too funny. Disc Golf Adventures with 3140. When will I decide the name? In the next couple days. Stoked to play. Stokely, not bad for his age. That's true. See, I'm telling you, not bad for my age. I run a really good cult for my age. Question for the cult: will have your own equivalent of Gord's Cuttlefish of the Cthulhu? Yes, and by the way, thank you for the Gwar reference. The people that get that reference, I would say that yeah, if you ever get a chance to watch Phallus in Wonderland, Gwar's first video came out in 1990 from Slave Pit Inc., one of the greatest films ever made. That's all I gotta say. It's on YouTube. Let's hope you pick the best one. Weathering the storms, weathering the storms, hoping the Great Lakes happen on the Great Lakes as we speak. Where are we at now? We're in Las Vegas at the Luxor. PETA, people eating tasty animals. Delicious. See, Gwar is awesome. Thank you. All right, Joe Canoes. Yoo-hoo! We got another, by the way, I have another announcement regarding this Joe Canoes person that just popped up, which I can't announce that either. There's so many big things happening. But Joe and I and one other person have been working on a project for it's been almost 2 years now. And we're beta testing it as we speak, and it's about to get launched. Rolling with Stokely. Okay, so huge bunch of cool names. So the best one so far, Behind the Chains. I kind of like that. Yeah, Behind the Chains is cool. Disc Golf Life, I like it. It's not, there's Tour Life, so I don't think, I'm going to cross off Disc Golf Life because Tour Life is such a successful show, and I love those guys. I like Stoked. Off the Box, you like Off the Box? I don't. It's okay, but I'm going to cross it off. Let's put it this way. Off the Box is a good name, but if there's one that I like more already on here, then it won't ever pass. Stoked Behind the Chains. Disciples, that's going to get an asterisk because that has to do with my cult. Not patched for my age disc golf tour. That's fine with that one. Daily Dose of Stokely. I'm not going to cross it off, but I am going to write ew next to it. And The Longest Drive. So The Longest Drive is good. Stoked is good. Behind the Chains is good. Those are the three best so far, would you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so we've narrowed it down to Behind the Chains, Stoked, and The Longest Drive. You know why that I like The Longest Drive? It reminds me of the end of To Kill a Mockingbird, where she goes for a walk and thus began the longest walk in my life or the longest night in my life. I don't know why it reminds me of that. Go to see the AF Thunderbird hangar at Nellis. They don't play disc golf. Wake them up. Shots with Scott, Beyond the Chains. Scott Stockley, Stoked on Tour. Google it and see if there's names, but I like Behind the Chains also. I might go with Behind the Chains just because Amy likes it. They're my friends from The Carolines. Chain Hunters. Ooh, Chain Hunters is pretty good too.
Sounds like a doubles name.
Oh, what?
Like a doubles, like a bring your own pair of doubles team name.
The Chain Hunters?
Yeah.
It's not bad though. Off the tee. Several people are saying off the tee, off the box. So here's the thing.
Add that to the poll.
Which one?
Off the box. If the people like it.
Yeah. We'll put this there. God, yeah, well, possibly. So we just have to, yeah, we're narrowing it down. Let's see, now to name your cult, Stokely's Frisbee Fellowship. Yeah, that's a good question. By the way, you know what our religion's going to be? You guys do all know, you guys have all heard of Presbyterians? Have you heard of them? It's people who believe that when they die, their soul goes up onto the roof and they can't get it down. Come on, that's one of the oldest Frisbee jokes in the world, and a really good one. Like Stoked or Behind the Chains or Chains of Freedom. I like the irony of Chains of Freedom, but Chain Bangers that's been done. Oh, there's just been enough Chain Bangers. It's a good name. Fellowship of the Fling. That's pretty good too.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. And it's good. This is back when
I think Fellowship of the Flame would be a really good fan group.
Yeah, that's a good fan group. Let's put Fellowship of the Spring next to Disciples. Ship of you can't read my of the Flame. You can't read my writing, but I took the pen from him. It's distracting me. This is one of the things you're gonna have to get used to. I get distracted easily.
Yeah.
I've had to learn at clinics to not get distracted when people talk or stuff like that.
Well, we get to have one person between us focused. You can be focused because I'm not fidgeting, or I can be focused because I am fidgeting.
Right.
So we just got to decide who needs to be focused at any given time.
I need to focus.
Then I won't fidget, and I'll just be distracted.
And you can be distracted.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And then when it's time to edit, then I'll be the one.
Yes. Herniated. Yes. Then you can focus, and then I'll be in the other room signing your paycheck, not bothering you at all.
Yeah.
Hey, did you all see the first two vlog episodes? Did you guys like it? The Ballad of Scott Stokely. I love that because if you haven't seen Buster Scruggs, oh my God, you guys got to watch the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. So I kind of like that. I'd never laughed so hard as the opening story. It's like 6 or 7 short stories in that movie, completely unrelated. They're just short Old West stories. And the Ballad of Buster Scruggs is it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, if that's what the reference is, that's a good reference. Nate Brown says amazing. Presbyterian. I like herniated disc. The problem is, okay, so we have to consider these things. Sounds so funny. This is business. Need to consider search terms and what gets searched for and things that if they're searched for, if you search herniated disc, it'll never get found. When someone searches for herniated disc on YouTube, they're going to get a bunch of videos of people having disc surgery, unfortunately. So those are great names, but they don't work for this. Kind of like The Longest Drive disc. Man. So far, so good. We got 3 though. We're doing really good. Off scot-free. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh my God, that's actually.
Yeah.
But I can't see. Did you see Off Scot-Free last night? It doesn't work it doesn't work in the context of a sentence, but I like the name. The Circle of Life. That's a good one too. That's back when that reminds me of Disney when Disney was good. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember Lion King?
The first Lion King.
Well, yeah.
The first animated one.
There's been don't get me started. Don't get me started. If you are a Disney executive watching this show, scram! You're not invited to my live stream, unless you want to make a movie of based on my autobiography. In which case, I love Disney. Jenny Mueller says, "Great work, love the videos." Who? Jenny Mueller? Wait a second, your last name's Mueller. You only get partial credit for that one. Wait, is Jenny the one I met?
Yeah.
Hello, Jenny. Nice to see you again. Strokes Around the World with Scott Stokely. I like that a lot. Where do you think I've been working the last 20 years? Wait, Disney? Wait, is that Ryan? No, wait. Circle of Life. Have you been working at Disney the last 20 years? Oh, I have a huge problem with Disney unless they want to make a movie about my book, in which case they're the greatest studio making movies today. Let's see. There's a tournament here in the Portland area called Fellowship of the Fling. Ooh, I would write them first and ask them if we ended up using something like that. Chain Chasers. Let's see. If you were a Disney character, Scott, I think you'd be the original Robin Williams genie. No, if I was a Disney character, I would be. Who would I be? I would be Donald Duck, so I could run around without pants. For my. Try to get that visual. Try to get that picture out of your head tonight, everybody. Sorry about that. Let's see the new tat. How's it healing? Oh, so it's here. I'll show you. It's healing perfectly. This is that you can't really see it. It says Frisbee. Can you see the word Frisbee on there? It says Frisbee family. And then there's the Oak Grove Gopher, and he's putting to a basket on the moon. See, before I die, I will get disc golf on the moon. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get disc golf onto the moon and then die. That what?
The same day?
No, like the 5 minutes later.
Oh, okay.
Like now I've accomplished. There's nothing. I mean, I'm sorry, Elon. It's not going to be disc golf on Mars in my lifetime, but disc golf on the moon is possible. Taking flight, a disc golf discussion with Scott Stokely, disc golfer. Oh, it needs to fit on a hat. Behind the Chains is good. 2020, 2024 twavels, 2024 twavels. The Real Deal, Chasing Aces Tour, Hazard Disc Golf for me. Hello, shout out to Hazard Disc Golf. There we go. Let's see, Stokely Strokes. Nate Brown just put a laughing face in. He thinks that my series should be called Laughing Face. Laughing,
like yeah.
Laughing emoji.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Behind the Chains reminds me of Between Two Ferns. It's one of the funniest shows made.
Yeah.
You've seen Between Two Ferns?
Yeah. Zach Galifianakis.
That's not how it's Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Let's see. Still here. Throw with Stokely. Yeah, Between Two Firms. That is a great show. I would love to interview disc golfers. Between Two Baskets and just interview disc golfers and just be mean to them. Because they're all my friends. I like all of them.
That could be a bit.
But it's really. So hypothetically, if we were to go on tour and you were filming for the next 8 months, I could hypothetically have a recurring series called Between Two Baskets, where I just am mean to people. My God, this is really good. I could be mean and they'll totally think I'm joking because it's so outrageous. In reality, it's exactly what I'm thinking. Write this down. I like that. Whoever suggested Between Two Ferns, Stephen Fox.
Might have to pay some royalties.
To Zach.
No, to him who suggested.
He's Australian. He can't even sue me.
Oh, perfect.
Two Ferns.
We could send some money and just before we put the money in the envelope, turn it upside down so it comes to him right side up.
Dude, they don't even spend money in Australia.
Don't they?
No, they trade
alligator teeth
and didgeridoos. I'm not making fun of Australia. I am not making fun of Australia. Australians, I'm going to tell a story real quick because keep popping up names, but since we're caught up on names, I'm going to tell you all stories. Okay, so Australians are the toughest people in the entire world. I'm going to say it right here, flat out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Russia. I'm sorry, New Yorkers. I'm sorry, like all the people that you think of as tough. Nobody's tougher than Australians, and I'll tell you why. This is a true story. So in Australia, if you probably already know this, they have like 7 of the most venomous snakes in the world and 8 of the most venomous spiders, and they got box jellyfish, and they got great white sharks, and like literally everything. They even have serial killers, right? So they even have like shootings and crime like other places, and by other places I mean like the U.S. So like they got everything. They also have things called saltwater crocodiles, And saltwater crocodiles are like, okay, so picture a crocodile that would brush its teeth with a Florida alligator, right? That's what a saltwater crocodile is. These things are just they're like the parents of alligators. They're freaking monsters, right? And they're terrifying. And the people in Australia call them salties. They literally have a cute nickname for saltwater crocodiles. They call them salties. So I was watching this thing when I was in Australia, and they were making this announcement that there was a beach, that there were saltwater crocodiles at this beach. You know, they're in rivers and estuaries and saltwater, right? Anyways, there's a sign that says no swimming saltwater crocodiles. Please use, with an arrow, so-and-so beach, 1 kilometer that way. So I'm pretty confident that saltwater crocodiles have a feeding area with a radius of more than 1 kilometer. People in Australia are so tough that when there are saltwater crocodiles, they tell you to go swim 0.6 of a mile away.
Perfectly safe.
Perfectly safe. Because the salties aren't going to... Anyways. Yeah. The toughest people in the world in Australia. But let's see. Here we go. Hello, Heather. Stokely's sexy disc and travel escapades. Just because of my comments tonight. Sexy. Oh my God. Wait till you see. I don't want to say anything, but in tomorrow's vlog, I might have my shirt off for 1.3 seconds.
We'll see.
We'll see how we haven't edited. I'll see the footage before
I'll put it in slow motion.
No, don't. Oh my God, don't put it in slow motion like some romantic music.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Saxophone.
Some like 70s porn music.
I'll tell you what, I'll just put it on repeat 3 times with different music.
You know who wants to see a 54-year-old man with his shirt off? 55-year-olds. That's about it. Like literally, there's not a single 30-year-old out there who's like, I can't wait for that episode. But yeah, so I look really good for my age. First low gravity ace on the moon. Thank you. Stoked is solid, or stoked with me. I still like stoked. Knuckle tattoo. Sessions with Stokely. Hey, what's up, Beth? Moonshot disc golf between the mozzarella sticks. Okay. The reason I like that is that's the stupidest comment we've gotten on here.
No, it's not.
It's stupid.
That's what they call them, the obstacles on the tour.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. They're like sticks covered with some like fake ferns. They're called mozzarella sticks.
Oh my God. I guess I don't watch coverage, so I don't think anybody on the tour is calling it that. That's what the announcers call it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I've never heard that before. Okay, so I retract. I'm sorry for saying you had the stupidest comment on the entire show, Hazard Disc Golf. But I still liked it. I liked the fact that it was so random and stupid. It's like saying, oh, you should call it between 2 credenzas. That makes no sense. Stokely's Tourette's. I'm on Team Cartman with that. I think Tourette's would be horrible, but kind of fun. I know it's 2024. Someone's gonna post some horrible comment. Let me add to that by saying it wouldn't be fun at all. It's a joke. Please don't get. I don't have a lot of millennials following me. I got people my age that have a sense of humor still. In which case, I need to now apologize to the millennials for making the millennial joke. Sorry, millennials. I'm kidding. I like all of you. I wish I looked like you guys. Search for the holy throw. So am I going to be competing again this year? You mean doing the 2024 Disc Golf Pro Tour? Am I going to be doing the Disc Golf Pro Tour at 54 years old? That sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, the only way I would even have considered coming out here is if I went out on the Euro Tour last year and shot 1028 rated for the whole Euro Tour. Last year. I mean, if I had done that, that's good enough to be on the Pro Tour. 1028 rating? I'm 1,017 because I had to pull my rating up from where it was. But on the Euro Tour last year, I shot 1028, which does give me this false sense of confidence that maybe I can do the Pro Tour again this year. But I'm not announcing it yet. The whole idea, this is all hypothetical. Naming a show, had a filmmaker been planning on or contractually obligated to travel with me for 8 months on the Pro Tour. So you can call the shot with Scott, inside Scott's head. What's that show? They used to do this show on Fox where they used to crack open someone's head. What was it called? Simon's Brain?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
It was like it was right when it was the early days of Fox. It was a funny idea. It wasn't a great show. The Adventures of a Vagabond. I like the name Vagabond. I'm more of a nomad. Nomad. Nomadabond. Wait. Besides, I don't know if everyone in my audience could spell vagabond. Except for all of you. You all are super smart. But the rest of my audience, I guess I'm saying that I'm self-projecting because I can't spell it. At the Crater with Scott when you come back to Mount Gambier. Yeah, Stephen Fox plays at this golf course in Australia that is in the caldera of a volcano. It's called Mount Gambier, and it's literally in the caldera of a volcano. Like you're down below, and there's walls all the way around you, and it's actually like a really good course in a freaking volcano. And it's like, oh, it's dormant, except for the fact that there's like geothermal hot springs spewing stuff around, like not that far away. So it's like, it's not that dormant. Just send it to her. Just send it. 50 Shades of Scott. Oh, that's actually really funny. I'm trying to think of where, like, I got like 19 jokes just popped into my head, and I'm not able to say any of them. 50 Shades. My least favorite flavors. Never mind. I can't say anything I want to say. Saving strokes with Stokes. Between Two Trees. I think Between Two Baskets I think I'm going to have to do that this year. The full flight with Scott Stokely. Everything on that continent is trying to kill you. Yes, everything in Australia is trying to kill you. And you know what's funny? I'll tell you something. I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. Everybody's wrong because everybody says that Australia is the most dangerous place in the world because everything's trying to kill you. And that New Zealand is the safest place in the world because there's nothing there that'll kill you. Right? They have no crime. They've got no venomous spiders, venomous snakes. They've got no saltwater crocodiles. There are zero predators in all of New Zealand. So it seems like New Zealand's pretty safe, right? Okay, so we were at Lake Taupo, and it is a volcano, a second biggest super volcano in the world that erupts every 800 million years. And when it erupts, everybody on the North and South Islands is going to die. Yeah, and on a low note. So if you do the math, how many people every year die in Australia, and how many people every year on average die in New Zealand? If you extend it out, every billion years, how many people are killed in each of these countries? New Zealand is far more dangerous than Australia. More people die every billion years in Australia or in New Zealand than Australia because of the Taupo supervolcano. So yeah, New Zealand is more dangerous than Australia. I explained that so poorly. I hope everybody knew what I was getting at. But I did figure out New Zealand is mathematically more dangerous. Beth is talking to my Aussie friend right now. They're tough. Don't make your Aussie friend mad. They're tough. Spiders, jellyfish, saltwater crocs, 7 Mile Beach, and no one in the water. So they'll go like a kilometer away. Yeah, dude, Australia's wonderful. It was so much fun, but the only people that didn't get eaten was we went to the it was probably the best zoo I've ever been to, outside of Brisbane. It was the crocodile hunter founded the zoo. His family, actually, still his kids and stuff, still run it. And we went to the saltwater crocodile show fully expecting someone to get eaten, and all the trainers lived, so we didn't get to see any of the. I'm not saying I wanted to see it. I'm just saying, had I seen it, would have got my money's worth. Stokely's Heiser route. I suggested, Adventures of a Vagabond. No par off course. Oh, that's pretty good. It's just too common of a phrase. It's a good one. The frolfus, like the office. The frolfus. Full send. Scott in a mustache. What? You don't want to see me in a mustache. I've tried to grow facial hair. It comes out in like these weird patches. It's not good. Stoke the fire. Where's the plastic? Where the plastic meets the road? Oh, that's a negative. I like the sound of it, but that puts nobody likes that visual. I mean, it's, plastic hitting the road is a far better visual than the 54-year-old in a dressing room trying on different shirts for the award ceremony in 5 days. That's a worse visual. Keep it simple. Stoked rolls off the tongue and people remember it because of you. I'm still leaning towards Stoked, but I do like Behind the Chains and The Longest Drive. Has anyone ever read The Longest Walk by Stephen King? I think it's one of the books he published under a pseudonym or an alias. What do they call it? He ghost wrote it.
Ghostwriter is when someone else writes it for you.
For you, yeah. So it's just a pseudonym, right?
There's a special name. I'll think about it.
Yeah, an alias.
It might be a pen name.
His pen name. Okay, yeah. So there's a Stephen King wrote a book called The Longest Walk. It's actually really, really fun. Scott Stokely's Tour de Farce. If I play really badly, then that season will be a Tour de Farce. Heiser Horizons. Nah, they just need a little ribbon. Unlike most of the world, Australians can take a joke. By the way, just definitely watch You Do Between Two Baskets. I think Between Two Baskets would be sick. And I would have no problem coming up with 6 minutes of being mean to like any of the players.
That kill on TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok. I don't have no one in my audience is 12 years old. 0 people.
I'm on TikTok. I'm 27.
That's creepy. Joey Gann says double Mando. That's not bad. Do it. Drop Zone. Scott's Travels. I would love to see what Idlewild. Ooh, I might be an Idlewild. Scotty Too Hottie. Oh my God, Michael. Thank you. Does someone have a crush? I hope I didn't make Michael mad. I like the name though. Scotty the Hottie. Herman's Head. Thank you, Greg Anderson. Yeah, Herman's Head. For some reason, I was thinking of Simon's cat, and I thought Simon's Head. Scott Stokely brings disc golf to Romania. I'm bringing disc golf to every country on earth that doesn't have disc golf, and like y'all cannot look at so many announcements that are happening this year. I'm doing something so big to bring disc golf to developing countries. I have a project that I'm working on, that I'm doing several other projects that are about to be announced that are going to fund the main project. The big picture project is bringing disc golf to all the countries on earth that don't have disc golf. And I'm not talking about just putting in a course here and get, a course there. I'm talking about I have cracked the code. I know exactly how to bring disc golf to developing countries and spread it global. I know exactly how it's going to happen, and I'm going to make this happen. That is 100% guaranteed promise. The projects I'm working on right now are going to be funding this thing that I've come up with. It's so good. Y'all are going to be mind blown. But I can't announce that yet. But all these announcements are going to happen within the next 60 days. So it's all happening. I loved Romania. Disc Golf Nomad. See, that's pretty good. I can. Ahead of the game with Stokely. I'm sticking with Stoked for Stokely. James. Oh wait. That's a winner. Sensei Stokely gets around. He gets around. That's actually really funny and totally true. Man, boy, oh boy, when I was single, traveling on the road, I can't even imagine going on tour without before dating apps. I don't know how that would be so much work. Up next on T. Scott Stokely. Up next on the T, Scott Stokely. Stokely, Beyond the Basket. If that is a reference to Beyond the Mat, bravo, sir. I love Behind the Mat. I love Mick Foley. Yeah, but New Zealand has hobbits, and they's good eating. Leave my channel. Don't you pick on the hobbits. How do I even handle this one? being mean to hobbits.
I've never run into anyone.
I don't like.
that.
Yeah, I love hobbits. I don't discriminate against anybody, especially not hobbits, unless they're Irish. Can't stand the Irish. No, I'm just kidding. Did I say that out loud? Please don't. Please don't clip that and post it to. I got to be careful what I say because, like, you know, it's 2024. People can grab a little snippet. Scott Stokely hates Ireland. No, I don't. I've been there. It's awesome. When one joins a cult, facts don't matter. Thank you. Oh, yeah, facts. No, in my cult, facts don't matter. There'll be only, hey, in my cult, there's only going to be one fact. That's my opinion. I mean, it's not my opinion that there's going to be only one fact. I'm saying in my cult, my opinion becomes fact. Like, it's a fact that avocado sucks. It's a fact that mushrooms suck. It's a fact that mustard sucks. See? It's my cult. My opinion's fact. Mr. Disc Golf, plain and simple. Mr. Disc Golf. Oh, yeah, but that's been taken. There's a Mr. Disc Golf out there who's run about 200 PDJ tournaments, so I can't. Gonna have to give the nod to him. Stoked behind the chains. I like behind the chains. Longest drive seems too car racing related. Just to play on the longest yard. The problem with that, the longest yard, is that's a play on somebody my age who was actually alive when the longest yard came out. Anybody remember the longest yard? And like 3 people raised their hands. Stokely's Roadshow. Pen name. Thank you, Chris Ward. Yeah, you're right. Counting Stokes. You were correct. I concede.
Thank you.
Plus, who doesn't love Tom Selleck? I thought that. Wait, are you sure it was Tom Selleck? Wait a second. No. Hold on a second. I think the longest yard was not Tom Selleck. I think the longest yard was Burt Reynolds. Someone looked that up. I think that it was Burt Reynolds that did the longest yard. I could be wrong though. I think they did a remake too. Bachmann. I don't know what that means. So I'll pass on that.
Burt Reynolds.
It was Burt Reynolds?
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
I remember I remember something from 40 years ago. It was at the prison, right? I think it was about like a football team in prison that played the guards or something. Ahead of the game was Scott Stokely. I kind of like that. Michelle Wade, a bunch of symbols. Now, never. I can't see. Clapping hands. Yay. Ote. Thumbs up. Or if you're scuba diving, it means going up. Fist bump. Handstand. 2 chicken legs touching. I think that means she's flirting with me. I don't know what that means. I'm old. I believe whatever I want to believe. I see 5 hearts. See, that's my evidence. Oh, Michelle, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bill Roundtree, let us help. I knew a high school club called the Disc Functionals. Oh, Disc Functionals is pretty good. Stoked the fire. Stokely knows best. That would be so arrogant, right? I mean, until I start my cult, in which case I'm always right. But until I start my cult, I don't know best. Disc Golf Visionary, the man cometh. Growing up Stokely. I like that. Hey, what's up, Paul? Stokely Down Under. No discriminating, except against the Irish. We already clarified that. Too Scott to handle. That's another really arrogant title. I should, if on my, what's your show called? Oh, I call it Too Scott to handle. I think he broke his freaking neck. That's another, I believe that's another Mick Foley reference. Scott Stokely, facts, not opinions. Bert, correct. Bert. I'm 63, trust me. Learning backhand. No, Mr. Baseball was Tom Selleck, the referee to Mr. Baseball. Disc dialogue, different Stokes. Playing through. Playing through is pretty good. Getting stoked, still my favorite. We're still doing good, everybody. Behind the chains, stoked, the longest drive, and off the box. All those are good names. Everybody, you got y'all, everyone that's participating. Like, I really appreciate y'all jumping in and helping with this. So like, I'm not saying this is happening. I'm not announcing anything yet. But for those of you who have joined in, hopefully a lot of you from my Discord server, because that's where, if If you join my Discord, scottstokely.net/Discord, that's where all the news starts with. It's possible that I'm doing the 2024 Disc Golf Pro Tour this year, and it's possible that I'm going to have a camera crew following me around 24/7 for the next 8 months. I'm just saying it's possible that that's what the announcement's going to be. But right now we need to focus on the award show. If y'all haven't heard, I mean, you probably have because I've been talking about it a lot, but the documentary, Not Just a Shot, A Disc Golf Story, is up for a really big award in Park City, Utah on the award show's on Wednesday. It's premiering on Tuesday and Wednesday. No, the award show's
Should be Thursday, I think.
Oh, Thursday. Okay. But the award show is coming up next week in Park City, Utah. The documentary was nominated for Best Director of a Documentary Feature. And this is the director of said documentary feature. Here, I'll share some camera time with you. Let's see if you can get out of the way. Like, can they see you behind my giant ego?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I gotta grow my ego a little bit bigger.
No, I don't want you to know. If your ego gets big, I won't be able to afford you to pay to travel with us for 8 months.
Yeah.
So, Michelle said that's what all your emojis were. Big announcements. Oh, you're so sweet. I can't wait to see you, Michelle. Yeah, no. So basically, I'll tell you all the story. So we entered this documentary that he made about me last year. And it's called Not Just a Shot, A Disc Golf Story. And it got into these film festival channels and a bunch of film festivals. Well, we submitted to some, but there's other film festivals we didn't even submit to that just because it's the industry. People talk, there's buzz. And this film festival that we did not directly submit to in Park City, Utah next week, not Sundance, but there's several other film festivals that take place right alongside Sundance, which means all the industry people from all the studios, streaming services, distributors are all going to be in Park City for the rest of January. It's like the biggest independent film trade show in the world is Park City, Utah in January. So they apparently got a hold of it. They reached out to us and they said, we need you to submit your film to this film festival. And we're like, wow, they reached out to us. That's kind of cool. So they must have seen it. I guess. I don't know how this works, but we submitted to the film festival and they came back and said, you've been nominated for Best Director of a Documentary Feature. And we're like, wow, this is kind of a big deal. But there's a lot of film festivals. There's probably more than 1,000. A lot of them are small. This one's in Park City. This is a big deal. It's to the point where they said, when we said, yeah, we'll be at the film festival, there's going to be a big award ceremony. They said, cool, here's your hotel. This is them writing us. They said, this is what time the limo's picking you up. We're like, what? Like, what do you mean a limo's picking us up? It's like, yeah, they're picking you up in a limo to take you to the award ceremony. Okay. And then they said, oh, and by the way, dress nice because you'll be getting out on the red carpet. There's going to be a lot of media and people, paparazzi and stuff like that around as we get out of a limo on the red carpet. And we're like, they do realize that this was a documentary about disc golf. And but apparently they really liked it to the point that they nominated it and they're rolling out the red carpet for us.
What's up, Zach?
And so anyways, yeah, we're on our way to Park City. We have meetings set up with the biggest streaming services because this is where they go and they go to the screenings of these things and they meet with you and then you sign contracts where they purchase your stuff to put on their streaming service. And like that's how the industry works. Like Netflix produces some of its own shows. Netflix being a metaphor for these streaming services, they'll produce some of their own shows. They will purchase things that are in the theater that have, that are big budget movies that are on the big screen. But a lot of their content is simply people making films and then they buy it, right? That's how this works. And we are going to be with a group of people that hopefully will buy the film and put it on Netflix. And then you're going to be famous.
Yep. Too good to work for you.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting that. That's why I made you sign a contract for 8 months. Oops. I mean, hypothetically. So anyways, yeah. Yeah, it's really, really, really neat. So let me scroll. I missed some of the comments. Let's see. Oh, Discovering Life is good. There's something about Stokely. Full Focus with Scott Stokely. That's awesome, Paul. Discovering Life with Scott. Kind of like that. On Course featuring Scott Stokely. Zachary says, you never too late to throw. Disc golf till death. Hello, hello. Oh, that's not just a name suggestion. That's just hello. Well, hello back. Michelle's 8 millimeter tapes and VCR going back to 1987. Can the camera crew convert to digital for us? You have a lot of coverage. I think the best thing is just to take it to a place that does that.
Yeah, there's a lot of services out there.
Yeah, there are services for that actually have all the equipment.
Yeah.
It's actually not the most expensive thing in the world. So I would just Google it and you'll find it. Scott Stokely's Plastic and Chains tour. Heather says congrats. Great discscape with Scott Stokely. Good luck. Hope they make you all a great offer. Congratulations. With a net fix approved camera. Yeah, like so. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
what camera do you have?
Pixar guy.
I want to get I think it's a C70, Canon C70.
That's what you want to get.
Yeah, that's my next.
Once they purchase the film from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's what the vlog's about for this next week. Is that's why we're just focused. We have no announcements until after the big awards show. Right now, the vlog is about, well, you're on, like, I'm training for the 2024 season, but also we're preparing. Like today, I went out clothing shopping because I had to buy something fancy for the red carpet. Blah. And that's why I may have had somebody filming me in the dressing room.
It was a traumatic shopping experience.
It was a traumatic shopping experience. Anyways,
successful though.
Yeah, but I'm gonna, like I said, I want to see it before I approve it going out on video. But yeah, it's cool. It's like, this is exciting and it's really good for disc golf because it's a great documentary. It's a great story. And if it goes up on Netflix, it's going to be getting more mainstream exposure than anything else has ever happened in the sport. And completely objectively, I cannot think of a better story to represent the sport. It's a good story that everybody's going to like. It's feel good. It's positive. It's all, but it's fun and entertaining. It's all, it's the good stuff too. But it's the type of, like everybody in disc golf will be proud to have that one be the one that is the face of the sport if it winds up on there, because it's really good. Okay, until I start my cult. Haha, good one. What do you mean? Good one. He thinks I'm joking. Surfing Pizza with Scott Stokely. Rediscovering Life. Disc Kinetics with Scott. Yeah, they all think, you know what? This is one of the things I've learned. I can say the most outrageous things that I totally believe or totally plan on doing. And everybody, like, if it's outrageous enough, everybody just thinks I'm joking and I can get away with saying it when I'm actually thinking it. This is why we got to do Between Two Baskets.
Yeah.
Because I will literally sit there next to some of my favorite players. These are all my friends, but I will say the most horrible, mean things to them and mean every word of it, and they'll think I'm joking.
I seriously think we should do that, though.
What do you mean think we should do that? We're 100% doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is a perfect idea. Like, and everybody's into it. Everybody has a sense of humor because their job, if you watch Between Two Ferns, their job is just to sit there and not find it funny. Their job isn't to be funny. Their job is to be the straight person who doesn't like the fact that they're being interviewed right there and they're being wasting their time.
Some of them roast back though.
Some of them roast back.
You gotta get Calvin.
I'll get all of
Calvin
them.
would kill it.
Calvin would kill it. I don't want to be mean to Calvin. I like him too. I like him all too much, so we'll see. Sneak in tips and tricks. Sneak in. Oh my God, tips and tricks. I shot a tutorial video today that's going up tomorrow morning. 3 secrets to throwing the backhand. So not only is he going to be filming me for the next 6 days and no longer. Right. But it's not just a daily vlog. There's going to be tons of tutorial content and interview and all sorts of other things. Plus, there's going to be hypothetically a second channel that's going to be going up with daily content relating to the business of disc golf. Basically, if this hypothetical thing were to happen, that you may have signed a contract for. I have a full-time camera person, videographer traveling with me, which means I can do all sorts of cool things because I can do these things and then he can work and make them happen. It's going to be really cool, everybody. All right. Hypothetically, they're never going to. I think we fooled them.
Yeah. No one's guessing anything.
No one's guessing it. No one's guessed anything. So it'll be really sad to see you leave in 5 days.
Yep. Yep.
I'm already missing you.
I know. Maybe someday we can work again.
Yeah, maybe someday we can come up with it, but you got to get back to your job.
Yeah.
There you go. Stoked to throw. Ace Adventures. All right. So hey, I had a question. So now we got our ideas for the first. I mean, we'll be announcing in a couple days what the name of the show would be. You're a little late. Any good names? Nope. Buzz Swan loves all the hypothetically big plans. Scott's World. If that's a Wayne's World reference, it's another very dated but very funny reference. Only thing is that I learned I couldn't. The problem with Wayne's World, this is why I hate YouTube. Like, movie stars were so much cooler before you knew what they were really like in real life. Like, forever, studios protected movie stars. Like, if they got in trouble with the law, it got covered up. Like, bad stuff would happen and nobody knew about it. And it was so much better because then there was this, like, allure of, like, Hollywood and movie stars, right? Like, then with social media, they started offering their opinions. And you realize that a lot of them are extremely unlikable. And worse than that, other people who interact with these stars start offering their opinions, and then you start not liking them. And I'm like one of these people who can't watch a movie now with someone. If I know something about them I don't like, I'm like, I can't watch that movie. And I've heard that Michael Myers from Wayne's World, you know, Austin Powers is like the worst person ever. And now I can't even like watch Austin Powers because I'm like, I hate that guy who I've never met who's done nothing to me. Stalking Stokely. That'd be so much funnier if I didn't have two stalkers. If I haven't had two stalkers for 10 years. Totally serious. Marty Cooper says facts. Is that Marty? Is that facts about the facts about like the Hollywood thing about how much your secrets are safe with me? Okay, I won't tell. Hey, Michelle, it'll be our little secret. Marty Cooper says, yeah, I know it's horrible, right? I liked it so much more. Like, movie stars shouldn't talk. Stop it. I don't want to hear your opinion. You're good at pretending to be other people, and that's awesome. I'm not that good at it. I admire you for being good at it. I don't care who you voted for. In fact, I'm going to vote for the person you didn't vote for just because I don't like Hollywood, unless you're planning on making my autobiography into a movie, in which case I love you. See how that works? Oh boy, I got to make sure when we go now. This is going to be the big test for me at this big film. I mean, this film festival is going to be like Hollywood. We're going to be surrounded by Hollywood people, and I'm going to have to play the I don't know. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get our film on Netflix and to turn my autobiography into a movie, and I don't care what that takes. I have no problem kissing butt. I have no problem smooching. I have no problem being nice to people I don't like if it's gonna promote our film. Right?
I mean, I've still yet to set my limitations, but
yeah. Like, look it.
Still figuring it out.
Okay, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm sorry if there's any millennials on my channel who I just offended by saying sorry if there's any millennials. But basically, Hollywood's a dirty industry, and you need to be a whore. Like, if you want to get stuff done in that industry, like, you basically have to, you have to just lower your self-respect bar a little bit and to get stuff done. I'm sorry. I literally was born in Hollywood Presbyterian. I know exactly what it's like out there. I grew up in Los Angeles. But, being nice to people you don't like for 5 minutes that gets your documentary on a major streaming service, yeah, it's worth it. So that's the way it works. Let's see. Let me look at the numbers. Did I lose any of the millennials by saying that? I got stop. I gotta stop with the millennial comments. That's like half the people that are that are coming to my clinics. Which I love you millennials. Hollywood is the crackest world. It really is. It's really bad. I'm sorry. It's such a bad industry. But it's okay. I speak, by the way, here's the funniest part too. This is the God's honest truth. Like all these people that I'm like shitting on in Hollywood, I still like them. I don't dislike
Chris
anybody. Chris, what did Chris say?
Said you got to bump it up to Gen Z because millennials are like 43.
Are you 43 now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so I love millennials. Millennials are great, but those Gen Z are the worst.
Yeah.
Is that really what it is? Is it really Gen Z?
I'm the youngest millennial.
You're pretty awful.
I'm 27.
Okay. I bought Not Just a Shot earlier. I haven't watched it. I plan on watching it tomorrow. You're going to love it. Yeah, you can watch it at notjustashot.com. The felonies stop here with Scott Stokely. Millennials are the future in disc golf, though. No, it would be if it's 43 years old. Or some of them are 43. You're at the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
Yeah, so I guess it is Gen Z. I hate those. Even those terms are stupid.
Yeah.
Like I like everybody. I mean, I like to make fun of everybody because every group of people out there deserves to be made fun of, including my group, the elderly. I'm part of a group. It's called AARP. You can make fun of AARP people because they're my people. You know what it's like? I can make AARP jokes because I have a friend who's in AARP. Martin Hoover says, baby, U.S. baby boomers rule. Oh my God, except when they try to use MySpace. They're terrible. We need Scott Stokely on JRE. Message him, make it happen. Blindo plus 60. Marty Cooper, same. What's up? Eric Jenkins, what up, buddy? How you doing? Boomers still rule. Charles Richard, I can get Medicare. I can get okay. So here's the thing: I can get AARP discounts right now. I'm 54 years old, and I just refuse because I'm just like I'm in denial. I'm just I won't acknowledge that I'm an AARP qualified human. AARP is not our cult message. No. One of my favorite retorts of those who say boomer, call them boomerangs because they're always moving out and right back into with their parents, right? Cameron, you got more pull than me, bro. Yeah, on the scale of the JRE, I would love to be on that that show. I'll be in everything. Marshall James, read your SS Adventures replies. I will. Oh yeah, we pop open the Scott Stokely Adventure page. So I have an adventure page for our adventure page is like the non-disc golf stuff. Like there's crossover. Like I'm talking about this show on there because it has to do. I'll be doing a lot of non-disc golf stuff on this vlog for the next 5 days until he goes back home and stops filming every single day. But yeah, thank you, Eric. Yeah, this is great. You'd be perfect and it would change the game. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to. I don't mind representing our sport. I have so much respect and love for our sport. I would never do anything that would not make our sport go forward. SS Discology, expanding the tour up to Canada. We missed you this year. It's possibly, let's see, Scott Stokely Adventures. All right, he's going to go read. We're not going to see them all, but shout out the good ones. The SS Adventures of two names. Broad Stokes. So if you see any good ones, read them out.
Thought I wouldn't.
That comes from my book. You got to read Scott Stokely Growing Up Disc Golf to get that reference. Thought I Wouldn't would be a good one for the people that read the book. But you guys want to hear something wild about my book? This is so weird. This almost never happens in
Scott Stokely Unsupervised.
Scott Stokely Unsupervised. That's not a good idea. I've learned to trust those around me to tell me when to back down.
Spreading the stoke.
That's right up there with taking my shirt off to try on clothing for the show. It's unless you're 55 or older. Donna Brooks has seen my fun side. I'm always having fun. So here's the thing. So for years, some people would say I was a little controversial, right? And I've like on social media and stuff, and that was always I thought really like unfair because Like, I'm not controversial. I never said a mean word once about anybody or anything. I never had a negative comment. Like, I was just had a sense of humor. I have a sense of humor. I think things are funny, especially if they're ridiculous. So but I would just post whatever popped into my head. And then it turned out some people didn't like it apparently, but it was never mean. I never once did anything mean. Let's see. But yeah, the adventure page is the non-disc golf stuff, and that's for a bunch of really cool stuff. 2 years since you listened to my audiobook, need to listen to it again. Yeah, Scott Stokely Growing Up Disc Golf it's on Amazon and Audible. Dr. Disc, if he can't fix it, no one can. Stormin Stokely stacks the basket. A little, stoking the fire. When I do JRE, he needs to do on a course, get him to play. He would play. Probably, I bet he would get pretty good pretty quick. Wish he lived in Utah. Love to attend the premiere in Park City. So it turns out, check this out, and I didn't know this, but the premiere is actually, it's not open to the public, which at first I thought that's really bad, right? Like, why wouldn't you want the public there? But it turns out the premiere is only for people, industry people. It's distributors, it's media, it's studio executives, agents, right? It's the people that actually pull the strings behind the business. And then I realized this is actually a good sign, because if the premiere isn't open to the public, they wouldn't do that unless they actually expected there to be a whole bunch of industry people there. And if there's a bunch of industry people there, they're gonna love this thing we did. And I mean, I keep saying we. It's like, I mean, I guess I wrote it, you directed it, you produced it,
Yeah.
You did most of the work.
Yep.
I say we because I participated.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm a 50%. I didn't do 50% of the work, but I think we is accurate.
Yeah.
So it is we, but I'm not trying to take more credit than I deserve. But this thing we did is really good. And if the people in the industry see it, it's going to resonate with them. And so, yeah, but the premiere is not open to the public, apparently. Let's see.
So the premiere though, because you can watch it right now.
Yeah, you can watch it right now on, yeah.
It's the first time it's screened.
Yep. Oh, the Not Just a Shot is going to be screened in Montana, Chuck. You have to get the Montana guys out there. I actually just got sent a schedule, so I will forward that to you. I actually have the schedule of the films for the Montana Film Festival where it's going to be shown. Marty Cooper says, Garen Wooten, stoked to be Stokely. If I wasn't stoked to be Stokely, that would be bad, because I don't know how to be anything else. Stooky Train. And for an intro, have dancers like Soul Train, but they're draining butts. That would be so much work. I kind of like it though. Everybody step aboard the. No, I was going to do a Attitude Era reference. Gen X. Touch my disc with Scott Stokely. Show me on the doll where the disc golfer touched your disc. I'm in Billings. Where are you at? The Charles Richards. Yeah, he's out in like just west of the Glacier. Hadley Stewart. Gotta go look that. Google Hadley Stewart. We is accurate with Scott Stokely. Becoming Stokely. Marshall James. My Montana place is near Whitefish in Eureka. Yeah, I heard the disc golf course in Whitefish is the best disc golf course in all of Montana. It's a private course that Charles Richard III, but Chuck designed. Any artist that can start with a logo, easier to name a visual. You need the name of the show first. I'm thinking. Hello, Tara St. Aubin. Good evening to you as well. Hello. Look at this. I've done all this and I haven't even touched my coffee yet. We could be here all night.
I gotta edit at some point.
You have to edit?
Yeah, I got like 3-4 hours I gotta do tonight still.
3 hours, 4 hours to do. Okay, so we'll stick it out for a few more minutes and then let you get to work. So everybody watch the daily vlog. Please give it a chance. The things you can do if you're watching the daily vlog on YouTube, and there's a lot of people in the room right now with us. Here's what you can do. For sure, when you watch it on YouTube, click the like button. That tells YouTube it's enjoyable content. Comment on that vlog. You could say great job. You're also welcome to say, hey, the camera was too shaky in that one scene. Like all of it, if it's comments, YouTube views that as engagement. And if there's engagement, the more they push that channel. So the more engagement there is, the better. But for sure, the feedback, like we want to make this thing into something that people want to watch every day. Or, at the end of the week, binge watch the 6 episodes that week. We would be filming 6 days a week, hypothetically, if he was with me for the next 8 months. But like, if there's something about it that's like, well, the interviews are too long, or, oh, there's not enough disc golf, or if there's something that like is making you would not watch it when you would have, please tell us so we can modify this and make it into to something that people love, right? You're not going to hurt our feelings.
If you say the footage is shaky, you might hurt my feelings.
Yeah. But if it's, and you're right. So you have to put it in like an Oreo cookie. You go, Kendra, you're so handsome. Your footage is shaky, but you smell nice. That's the Oreo cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do smell nice, actually.
I'm not going to sniff you on live stream. The Daily Stokes to you on Facebook. Someone suggested the Daily Throw, and I thought that was like, I loved the name, and then I realized people would get so political that they would think that I'm like taking a political side, which is crazy because I hate both sides equally. Wait, that just got rid of all my audience. Oh, no. Let me rephrase that. I don't hate both sides of the political spectrum. I love your side. It's that other side. Those are the bad guys. They're the ones that did everything wrong. Your side is.
That was a close one.
You think I dodged that bullet?
Yeah, no, you did. You did good with that one.
Okay, woo, that was close. I'll send to watch the numbers drop. No, but I'm not political. I hate politics. So the Daily Throw is such a good name, but people would interpret it. I'm on the board for Disc Golf Billings. Let me know if we can help with anything. Yep, Mr. Fresh, absolutely. Message me. I'll get you in contact. We would love that. Platonic shoulder rubs with Scott Stokely. Okay. So who gives a shoulder rub to somebody platonically? Giving shoulder rubs is awesome. They're only worth doing if you have an agenda. That sounds horrible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. No, let me rephrase that. Let me teach the younger people out there. Only give shoulder rubs with an agenda, but pretend that you really love giving shoulder rubs because you care how the person's shoulders feel. God, I'm just dodging bullet after bullet here tonight.
Yeah, no, you're.
Oh, I'm on fire tonight.
Gracefully dodging.
The money shots disc golf too. That's actually pretty funny. The last one, Oreo cookie. We call that the sandwich. What do you want to name it? Hello, Xavier St. Aubin. Marshall James. Don't do 6 days a week. So the Dale, if he was going to be traveling for the next 8 months, we're going to be releasing, and we would hypothetically release a daily episode every single day, 6 days a week. And then on the 7th day, would release those 6 episodes together. So if someone just wants to sit down once a week and watch the show, it would be like one show an hour long, which is kind of cool. Or you can watch like 6 10-minute episodes every single day. And let's see, Charles Richard says, it's the wilderness course in Eureka, Montana. Let me know if you want to stay at my place or resort. You're officially invited. Drop me a note. I'll set it up. You'll burn out. Try to throw 3 or 4 shows a week. So here's the thing. I won't burn out because I'm paying him. And he won't burn out because that's I'm his employer.
I might burn out, but I can push through it. I'm a soldier.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So it's basically this is his paid job. So he'll be, I mean, not that you don't love it and you're great at it, but you're going to wake up and have a job like everyone else in the world.
Just longer hours, but
Yeah.
still.
Well, longer hours than a normal job, but a lot of those hours are doing fun, cool things. Like we went to the Beatles Cirque du Soleil. We went on top of the Stratosphere Tower. You know, you're doing fun things, but then you have to pull out the camera at times to shoot footage. So it's working, but it's not a continual working. So
Yeah, sleep is a fun thing too. So
you can sleep when I'm in 8 months,
that's true.
hypothetically.
Fair enough.
No, look, if we hypothetically do this thing that he may or may not have already signed the contract for, the plan is 6 days a week. If that winds up being too hard or it's not sustainable, then we change it.
Yeah.
We could do 8 days a week.
We could. Let's talk to the calendar people.
Oh, Senor Gregorian.
Yep.
Daniel Barrett said sleep is overrated. So drive for show, putt for no tour. I like that. 8 days a week with Scott Stokely. 8 and DAZE. Sleep is overrated. Yeah. So no, we're really excited about this thing. I mean, there's so many things. The award show is this coming week. We'll have footage from the award show, and we'll let you all know how it goes. We're also going to be documenting all these meetings with studio executives. I mean, there's multiple options here for our documentary. One is to obviously sell that documentary to a streaming service, right? That's like the obvious one because they could then put it up. They could put it into next month's lineup as just one of the shows that's offered. That would be great. There's one about Ultimate called Flatball that it ran on Netflix for 18 months. I mean, why is there not a disc golf? More people play disc golf than Ultimate. So there's no reason why there can't be a disc golf documentary on Netflix for 18 months. That's one. But the second option is to license the story, basically the story to a production company that wants to turn it into a feature film. Like, there's no reason that can't happen. At least I don't see why not. I mean, if you're going to release a movie about disc golf and we're at critical mass, so here's how I feel. There's a point within any subculture, let's just say a sport, for example, where if enough people play the sport or are familiar with the sport, you hit this point of critical mass where it can sustain a movie. Because you automatically have the mainstream world that'll watch a movie because of the actor or the director, or they laughed at the trailer or some other thing that would make you watch a movie. But then you have a built-in audience in addition to that. Like, there's not a big enough disc golf audience to sustain a feature film. The question is would this feature film, with the additional 2.1 million people that go to watch it, is that enough to put that over the top compared to an equally qualified feature film that doesn't have that built-in audience, in addition to the audience that shows up for the normal reasons people go to movies? Every sport is going to hit a size of critical mass where the industry says that number has become big enough. So that's going to happen. There's going to be a feature film and then a second and a third about disc golf at some point. The question is, what story do you tell in a feature film? Because one story is to write a fictional story. Obviously, that can happen. But when you have a really successful autobiography, which is my autobiography, and you really have a really successful documentary telling a different story, they're the same person, but two different stories, but they're both good and well received. Why would Hollywood not choose one of those stories to adapt into a film? That's traditionally how Hollywood prefers to do things, because you already have a story and a proven model. Like my book on Amazon, this is what's wild. I mean, this is insane. This is not the way it normally works in books, but it's been on Amazon for almost 4 years now. And it has not declined in sales in 4 years. And from what I understand, that's not how books work. Books sell a lot of copies, and then they start selling less and less. And then if it gets mentioned on a TV show, or if it gets a review, or some other little catalyst will cause a spike at some point. It doesn't just flatline. But generally speaking, your first month and two is the best. And my book has basically, it came out of the gate hot, and it's basically been steady for 4 years, and that's unheard of. A lot of that's because of how many new players have come into the sport that are hungry for
Millennials.
Millennials. I love millennials and Gen Z. Those are the best. They buy audiobooks. But anyways, yeah, like why wouldn't you adapt that book into the movie, or why wouldn't you adopt a documentary? So we will be. It's kind of a long come on off on a rant there, but basically next week we're going to be meeting with these people and talking to them about this very thing, and we'll document the whole thing. It'll be on our daily vlog on my YouTube channel, and I hope you all watch, because this is a real life, really neat story happening right here that will affect everybody in disc golf. Like everybody. Like if our film goes on to Netflix, every player in the Disc Golf Pro Tour will make far more money next year, because there's more exposure, more eyes on the sport, more sponsorship. So everybody wins if we're successful, then we're going to document it. So please come with us and follow us and root us on. And hopefully, starting with this, hopefully you win this big award next week. That'd be a great start. How are your days going? Day is going great. Geriatrics don't sleep. No, we do sleep. We just get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to eat our mush. www.chubbycollegevolleyballplayers.net. I didn't laugh at that. If that's a real website, though, I'll check it out. Kevin Foley, don't think Stokes can do it all. Stokes, hold my coffee. Hey, what's up, Kevin Farley? Oh, my God, you guys can't believe I've talked about like 4 or 5 big announcements coming up. I have another big announcement that's coming up with Kevin Farley. So some of these announcements are things I've been working on for a while, but if hypothetically we had planned this reality show thing for 2024, we were saving the announcements until people were tuned into the show, because then we can promote what we're doing on the show. And we have a huge announcement with Kevin Farley. I want to ruin anything, but Kevin Farley created something that I think is going to be a game changer in the sport for a lot of the people in the country. It's just circumstance. This is nothing was done on purpose this way, but there are a lot of people in this country that, because of where they live, disc golf is not as accessible to them as other places. I mean, this is just the reality. When you live in urban areas, there's just not as much space. There isn't always enough space at a school for a disc golf course, right? No one's fault, it's just the way it is. Kevin might have cracked the code, or let me rephrase that. I think Kevin cracked the code how we can be introducing disc golf into those areas. And I get to be a very small part of helping him promote his incredible idea we're going to be announcing in a couple weeks. And then hopefully I'm taking zero credit for this. This is all him, but he's got something really good, everybody. This is a really good thing for our sport, to reach people that aren't currently being reached. Oh, and here's the best part of all. In those places where there is disc golf, it's still a really cool thing that can exist where there is disc golf also. It's also really cool. But the part that excites me is reaching the people that maybe don't have access to our sport. So excited for your cameraman's adventures. He's gonna be traveling with us, me and Adriana, for the next 8 months. It's gonna get extremely weird. If you follow my adventure page, our life is very weird. We don't slow down. We wake up and just do things, and it's crazy. The pro from Oak Grove, Stoke adds life, different Stokes. Who would I want to play me in a feature film? So young Scott Stokely is going to be played by Gannon Burr. I've already decided that. I love Gannon. He's a great kid. I love his mom. She's a great lady. I'm a fan of him as a person, and he's built like me. So if young Scott Stokely would be played by me, modern day Scott Stokely would be played by me, because I'm really good at playing me. But so anything that takes place in the last few years, I can play myself. But Gannon Burr right now. Although if we don't get made to film made soon enough, he's going to age out of the role, and it'll have to be somebody else. Inside the circle view from the outside. Inside the circle view from the outside. I like it. Play with it. It's a little bit too long, but I like the idea.
Might be 2 names. Inside the circle, view from the outside.
Oh, inside this. Oh, I thought it was inside the circle view. What's good with Stokely? I like it. Can't wait to see the professional video this year. Your iPhone, etc. Thanks to Adriana. Editing is remarkable for good for sure, but the production value professionals is awesome. Yeah, I mean the amount of work that Adriana did, and she did such a good job with the stuff we're doing. But there's always a difference between an amateur and a professional. Like that's why we have two different words for those things. You are a professional.
Yes.
There's nothing that I could do. I could spend 10 years making vlogs, my own vlogs. I will never do as good. I watch him edit, and it's like this. Like he does stuff. He has like 3 hours of editing tonight. That's 4 days worth of editing for me, and it wouldn't be as good. That's what a professional does. Hollywood. Michelle Wade. Will Paige Pierce film also be submitted to? I don't know. That's up to the Paige Pierce people if they want to submit to the film festivals. I mean,
We're not affiliated.
we're not affiliated. We're affiliated with this film. Donna Brooke loved the book. Thank you so much. Donna Brooke loved the book. Marshall James, release the film in Finland first. Get funding in Finland. Get film team from Finland. Hashtag Finnish millennials. Building a brand with Scott Stokely and Drew Gibson would be cool too. The Basket Case Tour. If Basket Case hadn't already been used so much. Scott Stokely and the Game of Chains. You know,
Game of Chains.
well, I mean, my friend Michelle uses Game of Throws. She has a company called Game of Throws.
That's good.
Scott Stokely still drinks Pepsi. I don't drink Pepsi.
I drink Pepsi.
He drinks Pepsi. I drink Diet Pepsi. We had a pandemic revival. Terrace St. Alvin, where's the first episode? Everything's posted on my YouTube channel. The last 2 videos are, and they're just right now, they're just actually labeled episode 1, episode 2. Make sure you guys, I'm serious, when you watch the videos, please just comment on it. Like you can say good job, you can say mediocre job, you can say bad job, but any comment tells YouTube there's engagement and it begins to push future content out.
If you say bad job, make sure you say why bad job.
Yeah, make sure you say why. Why? But if like why do I care if they're critical and insulting to you? How does that affect me at all? Like here's what you can say: Scott Stokely was so handsome, didn't care for the editing. Like I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Just tell me what part of the editing you didn't like.
Okay. And then followed up with how handsome I am. That's the Oreo cookie approach.
That's the
Scott Stokely, you're handsome. Didn't like the editing. But boy, are you handsome. For your age.
Yeah.
Be yourself because everyone else is taken. Oscar Wilde. Oh, I'll be myself. Joe Blow, personal message. We will look for it on the phone. All right, everybody, we're gonna go. We're at 1:42. I said I posted that beyond for 2 hours, so we got 16 more minutes.
Oh, all right.
Will that give you enough time to edit before you pass out to sleep?
Yeah, you're right.
I make really thick coffee. So if anybody has any questions about anything related to this project or future projects, or just questions about anything, I'm telling y'all, non-disc golf questions are the best. If you want to know, and fly no later, Gator, I'll be on for 16 more minutes though. I said I'd be on for 2 hours. I posted. If anybody has any questions, I'm seriously an expert at relationships, at career, at all sorts of stuff that I'm not good at all. No, if anybody has any questions about anything, please post. If not, I can always leave a few minutes early unless anybody has anything. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Over here is the soon-to-be award-winning documentary filmmaker.
Hopefully.
Let's see. Little Evil Bust. How do I find the girl? Do you need feet on the ground?
Myth.
What?
Finding the girl.
It's a myth?
Yep.
Why is it a myth?
Do you need feet on the ground?
No, hold on, wait, go back up. Wait a second, wait, what? Let's see, how do you find...
I mean, it hasn't worked out for me yet, so.
Oh, okay. Dude, I'm like I'm the best coach ever. I will have... The thing is, I don't want you to get a girlfriend like in the next 8 months, because then you want to have as much time to do my bidding.
Yeah, Something like that.
So I don't want you to find, I'll give you bad advice until then. How do you find the girl? Okay, I'm going to give you an honest answer. Even if you were just joking, I'm going to give you an honest answer. It's numbers. It's a numbers game. It's quantity. Get on a dating app and go out with someone different every single day. Like, talk to 20 different people. Like, it's just mathematics, right? If there's 100 random girls out there that would swipe on your name, and if 5 of them would turn out to be someone that would be a really good potential long-term fit for you, right? If you only meet 10 of those 100 people, that would only mean that your percentages of actually meeting one of those people is very, very, very low, right? If you meet 50 of those people, it's highly probable you meet one of those 5. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Just go have fun, but don't sit there and like wait for like that one person and then go out with someone like once every 3 months or something like that. Go out with someone every single day. By the way, fail a lot. Like, go out on a whole ton of bad dates. Then we wind up with someone cool. But numbers. I'm a math guy. There you go. Do you need feet on the ground in other countries? Eventually, 100%. I'm going to be, everything I'm doing is going global over the next year. I have a bunch of big things I'll be announcing relating to global disc golf. So yes, that'll happen. Did I decide you look good in a derby hat, or did someone tell you did? You mean this hat right here? This is a newspaper boy hat. No, I have come to the conclusion that I'm going to just wear this hat. I saw Ben Hogan in a picture playing golf, old black and white picture, and I thought he looked so cool. And then I saw one of the players on tour wear it for a little bit, but then stopped wearing it. And I actually contacted that player and said, "Are you going to keep, like, if you're planning on wearing that hat, I don't want to like steal your idea." And he's like, "No, I'm done. That was just for fun." I'm like, "All right." So I'm wearing this hat for the entire rest of the season. So I think I look good in it. I don't, for my age. Good night, Tara St. Aubin. Good night, good night, good night. You can't skip a top 5 course in the world. Come to Canada. Maybe reviewing the top 10 courses would be a cool series. It would be, but there's so many courses, good courses everywhere. But we'll be shooting some course footage on some big courses for sure. Teed off with Scott Stokely. Time for change. Top 3 places you visited. Okay. Top 3 places I visited. My 3 favorite places. I'm taking disc golf out of the equation, but my 3 favorite places I've ever traveled to. Number 1 is Japan. Absolutely love Japan for every reason that you think Japan's cool. It is that cool. I loved Malaysia. Absolutely, just died like Malaysia was my happy place. Everything about it was unbelievable, and I loved Serbia. I just had the best time in Serbia. Serbia caught me off guard. We were going to the Balkans, and we just went to Romania and Serbia and Bosnia, and Romania and Bosnia were fantastic. And I felt so at home and so at ease and like so relaxed in Serbia. So those are my 3 places. Now, and by the way, I leave that out because my coolest disc golf overseas experience was Cambodia. But I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time in Cambodia, just mostly around the course and at Angkor Wat. Newsies. Yes, this is my newsie hat. I'm wearing that hat when it gets warmer. Yeah, I think it's a cool look. It's sharp. It's a little bit older, but I'm a little bit older, so I think it kind of works. Hope we see you again in Japan in 24. Oh, Eric, hope to see you here in Japan. So you're in Japan. Let me tell you something about whether I'm planning on coming back to Japan. I am on day 160 of Duolingo Japanese. I've been working. I've been spending 15 to 30 minutes a day for the past, I guess it's going on 6 months now, learning Japanese. So I have been practicing Japanese because I will be going back. There, it's good. They're good in the cold. Hello, Evan. What's up? Marshall James, number 3, Long Beach Jail. I've never been to Long Beach Jail. I went to jail in Los Angeles when I was a kid, because if you're a kid and, I was just having fun. That's what kids do back then. Heading to Singapore in April, must play courses nearby. Kelang looked great. Okay, first off, Singapore, unbelievable. Loved everything about Singapore. We were only there for 6 days, though, so we didn't get to see hardly anything, but it's the city of Singapore is the country of Singapore. There's one course there that's in the ground. Probably they're kind of, we'll see if it's like how they are able to sustain it there. If, however, you get on a ferry, it's a 45-minute ferry to Johor, Malaysia, 9 courses. 9 courses in Johor, Malaysia. Message Eric Grover or Malaysia Disc Golf, and he'll fill you on that. So, like with all the quote unquote developing countries, Malaysia is not really developing. I mean, you go to Kuala Lumpur, it's a completely modern city, but it's categorized a little bit like that. Johor, Malaysia has the most courses of any city in a developing country in the world, and Eric Grover put them all in. Can you please sign off by turning off the indoor lights and showing us the view? Great show tonight. I will sign off by turning off the lights, and I'll show you the view of the in exactly 10 minutes. We will sign off. There's not much of a view. He says it's better than the view in our room.
It is.
What's the next biggest thing you checking out? Film festival in Utah. God, the next biggest thing, I don't know. Until the tour starts in March, I basically, and you're gonna have to get used to this. We will wake up, check out of our hotel room, get into the car, and then decide which direction we're heading. Like when we don't have tournaments, we do very little planning, on purpose. And I mean, look, if there's things we want to do, we schedule, and we're not trying to make a point or anything, but we live our life when I don't have things set up just free. So we will wake up and decide, are we going north or south? And then we're going to go. So I actually don't know. As strange as that sounds. Thank you. Is it Xavier St. Aubin? Xavier? Is that, but that's not how you spell Xavier, is it? Thank you, Xavier. John Nichols, good night from Rochester, New York. I love Rochester, New York. All right, I'm going to go and sign off, everybody, because he needs to get to work. He needs to earn his, what do we say, $6 an hour?
Yeah.
$6 an hour, I'm paying you.
I mean, 18-hour days, yeah.
18 hours a day?
Yep.
You're still a young, aspiring artist. I can still take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Not that way, you freaks. Don't post creepy stuff around. All right, I'm going to show you guys outside, and then we'll log off. Let's see. There's not much to see, to be honest. We got to kill the lights, but we'll show you. All right, hold on. We're at the Luxor, so it's just slanted windows. All right, thank you, Kevin. And kill one more light. All right, there we go. Nah, that doesn't, you can't really see anything. There's the Mandalay Bay. There's the Delano.
It's yourself.
There's myself in the window. You can't see anything. Oh, there's on the computer screen. Oh, the phone can see itself. Yeah, that's it though. Not the best of the Vegas views.
It's
all right.
Really nice at sunset.
Is it nice at sunset?
Yeah, the sun.
Right on. Rolling with the Stokely Tour Show name. I appreciate that. We thank you very much, Evan. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you watch the show, the daily vlog, and just comment on it, like it, and comment, please. YouTube needs to see engagement to push the show in front of more people. All right, thanks, everyone.